Okay, so this is what our road looks like in one direction. That gravel driveway there, that's our driveway. And that's what our road is like in the other direction. So this is our neighborhood. The guy that lives in that house is super nice. He actually mows this little area of grass out here for us, because when we first moved here, we didn't have a riding mower, so we're down here one day trying to mow it with a push mower and a weed eater, and he came out and mowed it for us, and he's just kind of kept doing that, even though we have a riding mower now. Super nice guy. So walking down this driveway, we've learned a lot over the year. So eventually what we're gonna do is right here, you can see where that post is into his property. Coming straight across from there, there'll be a gate right here. So right where we're at now will be a gate right here. So in between there and the road, there won't be a gate. What we want to do as in terms of landscaping this portion of property, we're not really sure of yet. Our design ideas start from here. So on this right side of the road over here, moving on up, will be a berry patch all the way up over that hill and down. Berry patch. And then on this side of the road, moving up that way, there's going to be field fencing all the way over here. And then we are buying 25 crepe myrtle trees, and they'll be spaced every 20 feet starting here and going up. So it'll be a line of crepe myrtle trees up the driveway. And then over here, this is where the sheep will be. There'll be sheep grazing here, and our rabbit tractors and chicken tractors for meat chickens and meat rabbits. They'll be in this field over here to the left. So I've got to cut all this down and do quite a bit of work to this right here. There's a decent ditch there now. I've got to put more of a ditch up here. But one of the things I love about our property is you can't really see the bulk of it past this little hill until you get to the top of it. But yeah, all right here next to these cows on our side will be sheep and little chicken tractors and rabbit tractors, and the little fence. And over here, this will all be raspberries and blueberries and gooseberries, mostly blueberries, because the soil over here is really acidic. There's some spots that aren't super acidic, so that's where the raspberries will be. Like in this area right here will be raspberries. With this area back here, we can see the pine needles. That's perfect for blueberries. But over here by these oak trees, be way better for raspberries. But you can see how long the sheep pasture will be. So you got some potholes to fix, but all along right here you can see I need to dig a ditch to protect our driveway. I need to dig a ditch all right along here to keep this water from flowing off of our neighbor's yard on down. And that'll actually help act as a little reservoir to help water all the berry bushes we're going to plant there. And so the sheep, so I can show you, the sheep pasture will run all the way down, straight down to where that shed is down there. Down there, there's a shed, and it'll run all the way down there, past those trees. Right by those trees will eventually be a milking parlor in our little dairy where we make cheese and collect all the milk and stuff like that. We'll build a little building there specifically designed for that purpose. Originally I was going to use a warehouse, but realized that for many reasons it makes sense just to build another building right there for that purpose, to make sure that the right plumbing and all of that jazz, as opposed to using this building for that. All right, and so as we turn the corner here, you can see the house over there, and up this way. Our property goes straight up that way, back to those trees back there. You see there's a tree line back there. That's the edge of our property. So what you want to imagine here is rows of fences that are running perpendicular to the road here, around, along the line of the hill. And the fences are like maybe 3 feet tall. And behind them, they're like rustic wooden fences. Behind them are buckets or containers of various sizes and shapes. They're sitting on a rain gutter, and that rain gutter is where the water's going. There's a float valve attached to that rain gutter, and the only water going is into that rain gutter, and the water gets wicked up into the buckets from the gutter. And that way there's no like drip irrigation system, no spraying, no misting. It'll conserve quite a lot of water and help any sort of erosion on the hill and look nice, and actually be able to grow a tremendous amount more per square foot that way than I could if I was just growing in the ground. Plus it'll be much easier to maintain over the years. So, but that'll be going up this hill, and then up at the top of the hill will be a large water cistern tower, a big water tank will be up at the top of that hill, because we're going to collect water off the top of this. It'll go into tanks there, and then be pumped up there. That's the highest point in the property, and then it'll come down, 2,000 gallon tank up there. The gravity will bring it where it needs to go down here to water animals or water that garden or whatnot. But that's how that'll work. And they'll probably have a little greenhouse up there as well. So this here's, you see the property from this angle here. See that fence back there? That's the edge of the property on that end. The sheep pasture runs in there. See that shed back there? So this is the warehouse, and here, what I'm gonna do is have this door right here will remain very warehouse. It'll keep all of our tools and riding mower and all that jazz, all of our tools and stuff we need to work on the farm in that door. And there's actually a bathroom right there. Over here, what I'm going to do is this door will end up becoming a wall with some nice big windows in it and stuff, and that door will lead in to a commercial kitchen. And then over here will probably be one of the most important parts. We're going to wall that off, so there'll be a room within that building in there that's climate controlled. It'll be very well insulated, so that it maintains 70 degrees all the time. And that'll be a grow room for fodder. So we'll grow wheatgrass in there hydroponically, and that will actually grow all of the food that this whole homestead could ever possibly want, probably plus some, in that room in there. And then around here and around the back is where water storage will end up being. You can see I'm starting to get some tanks in to do that. In this trailer here, this is where the rabbits will live. You got more in there. You can see back there. This will eventually be where all of the rabbits live. We're gonna paint it to be like a sort of a circus trailer that says, you know, warning, mad rabbits or something. But it came with the property and might as well make use of it. But we'll have 4 breeding does and a buck and in there at least. And that's where the rabbits will start, and then they'll grow out into trailers, the ones that don't get sold as pets. Over here you can see we're starting a compost deal. This will be where all of our compost goes, gravel goes. You can see we've got a huge pile of brush here to get chipped up, so we'll have all of our mulch end up here. So this area I'm standing in right now will be an area where all that gets distributed to other parts of the property. This kind of wet area here, this area right there, I don't know if you've seen those pink flags, but all that through here gets really wet. There's a pond right back there, and water constantly through here. It's more of a wet weather creek. It kind of dries up a bit in the summertime, but it's still pretty wet. So we're going to end up planting a bunch of irises and wet loving plants here. This side of the hill we'll get more fodder oriented plants. We're going to plant quinoa over here, amaranth over here. We're going to plant sunchokes up here. I'm going to grow some mango beets up here. Do a lot of experimenting with that, but this will all be more fodder oriented plants up here. Less of that terraced raised bed system over here. And then over here will be the end of where the pigs are. This will be where pigs leave the property when they go to be harvested. Once we're raising more than a couple pigs. Hopefully next year we'll have 6 pigs and we'll experience what that's like. Down here, you can see there's a peach tree. This area right here that's right in front of the warehouse, in front of our house. I'll take you back over there so you can kind of see the span of it. This area right in front of the camera, from about here over, is all going to be a fruit orchard of, you know, ordered figs, a bunch of fig trees, a bunch of pear trees, a bunch of persimmon trees, some more peach trees. The peach trees go up here close to the road where it's drier, where it never really gets wet, but down where it gets more wet will be where the fig trees and the persimmon trees are. They can handle a little more bogginess, and they'll help soak up some of that water down there, help dry that out. But there'll be 25 fruit trees planted around in this area. So it'll be a nice orchard right here in front of the house. And there's already 2 peach trees over there you can see. And let me see back here on the back side of this, there's going to be a muscadine tunnel. There's some muscadine vines there already. I've ordered a couple more. But there'll be a tunnel on the right side of these peaches going down there. That's all muscadine vines. Down here, that's the driveway we're working on. We'll see that when we wrap back around the house. But that's the driveway we've been working on, the retaining wall we've been working on. This area back up here, this will all have pigs in the woods. This is where I'm cutting down a lot of those trees I've been talking about. I don't know if you can see it in here, but if a tree has a green ribbon around it, it gets to stay. If it doesn't, it's probably going. This is currently our dog yard. This will eventually all go away. And this will be a really nice kind of flower garden / outdoor kitchen here. That concrete deal down there will end up being up here and be a big outdoor kitchen up here in the midst of a nice flower garden deal. Up here, a bunch of flowering shrubs and all that fun stuff. Yeah, that's Van Gogh back there. This is Picasso. Alright. Walking back this way. Here's the house from this angle. See back there. On the edge of our property from right here is a good 30 yards back there. But this here will all be part of the pig pasture. There's 2 pear trees there, and we're gonna see how they do this year. They may or may not stay. I'm leaning towards not staying. They didn't do very good last year. They didn't have any fruit. The one had some sort of, I don't know, black shenanigans, black death, plague going on with it. It looked real bad. They look real spindly, like they just weren't pruned right. They're definitely in the way of what we want. So what we've got going on here is, this is how the driveway comes along. This area here, again, we're gonna landscape so that it looks real sexy. Lots of fun, colorful plants and bushes and junk in here. And over here, you can see there's a road that goes back into the woods here, and then over here. So this is where Sheila's quote-unquote petting zoo will be. Currently, there's pigs here. You can see the little pig house down there. But this is where that'll be. So we'll have some baby doll sheep here, some Nigerian dwarf goats, and a big chicken run will be right here, and a chicken coop will be here. And so this kind of area that you're looking at right here will be that area. So you can see it right from the house. It'll be nice. It'll be easy for her to come out here and collect her eggs and hang out with her wee little animals that you can't eat. Milk the Nigerian goats. So we come down here, down this road. So this road will be open, it'll be fenced on both sides. So there won't be a gate there. It'll be open on both sides. And here real quick, I'll take you back to where I got the skid steer stuck. because that sure is a funny story. Yeah, it's right over here. So you can see back here in the woods, there's a road that'll have, this would be a back access road, but we'll have fence on this side of the road and not on that side. Over here will be a bunch of bamboo. We want to grow bamboo for a couple different reasons. It's really useful. It'll be a permanent source of mulch. Like, we can shred it real easy because it grows super fast, and it'll make it so we don't have to see the creepy house of horrors back there. That thing's real creepy and ugly, and we don't have to see it all the time. So we'll make this all a bamboo forest back here on this side, and then on the other side of the fence will be where our pigs are free ranging in the woods. But right over here, this is where I got the skid steer stuck in this hole here, and the hole was created by the skid steer. This is all the jazz that I shoved in here to try and get it out. I was trying to push over these two trees here. I'm gonna end up pulling them down with the winch. That'll be fun. A winch I bought to get the skid steer out. I needed one anyways, but yeah, we ended up using a winch to get it out. Yeah, you can see that's where it got caught. I'll walk back this way. But you can see how easy it is for the skid steer just to push trees over, rip them in half. But you can see there's a bunch of trees that that's not the wind. You know, in Washington you see a lot of trees that are just blown over. This is skid steer power. I just push down these smaller trees here real easily, and then I got to come back through the chainsaw and buck these up. Most of these are post wood sized trees, or you know, maybe I'll get a 4x4 out of them or something, but these won't really get sawn up into lumber at all. There's some larger trees throughout the property that are in that 10 to 12 inch range that'll get turned into actual lumber that we're going to build that chicken coop out of. There'll be a real old-timey looking building, you know, board and batten siding. We're actually going to build the shingles out of old aluminum cans. But you can see down there through the woods, all those trees. Still lots of trees to come down. But the house back there. Over here, we're coming up onto the firing range. This is the back corner of the property. Back here, so there were several trash heaps on the property, not like Fraggle Rocky trash heaps, way worse trash heaps on the property. They all got scooped up here. All the leftover garbage from the wall got scooped up here. So this is going to get built a bit taller, filled in with a little more dirt, manicured a little bit more, and this will be a really nice berm for us to shoot in. This is a lumber tree right here. This will get cut down and sawn into some boards for sure. But yeah, you can see we've got a nice berm back here in the works for us to shoot at, and it's pretty level range. You know, if you look back that way towards the end of our property, it's a good 100-yard range that we've got to shoot on. That'll be fun. All right, so stepping over that, coming down this road here. You can see I got all these guys to cut up here. You can see that's the road that goes back over up to the house there. All right, and that's the backside of that hill. That's what that petting zoo will be. All right, so all this over here is pigs. And this hollow here, you can see there's some brambly dark spots, right? This hollow here, we're gonna dig into and dig out, probably dig that down to take these trees out in the hollow. And we'll probably dig down a good 10, 12 feet on this end and then bring it up on the other end and turn this whole thing into a pond, a big fat pond out here. It'll be a nice pond out here that you'll be looking at. So yeah, there'll be that. Be a nice pond out here. Again, this is where those are. And then what we're looking at doing right up there at that end of the pond over there, kind of by where that sort of golden tree is over there, we're looking at putting a little tiny house right there and maybe another tiny house on this back side of the property over here. And that's more of like in the 7-year range from now, 5 to 7 year range, and doing sort of an Airbnb thing. And that could be a great way to make sure that the property always pays for itself with little effort from us. You know, plus being able to teach classes, you know, part of having that commercial kitchen down there and having the creamery and stuff like that, being able to teach classes or something, you know, do stuff that doesn't require a lot of manual labor. And we're coming down here again. This is all pigs back in here. Here, you can see that'll be the pond over there, right? And then up here, kind of following where this electric fence is right now. And going up that way, this will be all this right here, up there. That's all the petting zoo. Here, right back in that corner up there is where I was talking about putting another little tiny house up there. Then you'd be looking out over this pasture here. I think that'd be nice. We'll probably build another building here, one for farrowing pigs down here, so we'll farrow our pigs, and for receiving sheep and stuff. They'll have some portable shelters for them. This is currently how our electric fence is powered. This is my little mobile electric fence deal. It's got a solar panel and it's got a little battery in there and the charger. That works pretty good. And our pigs are in there sleeping. We should see if we can wake them up. Over here, that's all our neighbor's property on the other side of that fence there. You see, this is where we originally had the pigs. You can see them over there. They're sleeping in. They've been pretty well fed. This is where we had them, and you can see where they're not, it's super green. I'm gonna move there's a gate up there. I'm gonna close that gate off so they can't come down here anymore. And this is all green up really quick. They've been doing a good job of fertilizing it for us. But that's the view down where the sheep pasture will be from this direction. Surprised the pigs aren't coming out normally. Pigs see me, they get all riled up. You can see how they've really torn this area up here. And that's we're trying to get them to get rid of the blackberry bushes back there. Let's see if we can go down there and take a look at the pigs. You lazy pigs, what are you doing? You guys are lazy. Get up and work that fat in. Don't want it just laying around. You gotta work it into the muscles. You taste better. Get up. Work it in. Don't you wink at me. That one with the collar there, that's capicola. And the other one's with the stripe, it's bacon. Those are our two pigs. We got them in July. Wow. Let's see here. Walk back out the way we came. It's definitely some happy pigs. They just lay there, hang out. All right. So, this is our property from this angle. House over here, but this is where the petting zoo will be. On this side, basically, right here will be the chicken coop, and it'll be designed to be like a little mini southern style plantation with a second story on it with a fence around it designed for the goats. Goats like to climb on top of things. They like hills and mountains and big rocks and stuff, so that'll be a fun playground for them. But it'll be a two-sided deal. On that side over there will be Sheila's chicken run. On this side over here, the left side over here, will be a small run for the chickens I use for breeding. Are meat bird flock, and the meat birds will all be brooded in the house, and then once they're old enough, be put into tractors and run through the pasture along with the rabbit tractors out there. So that's all that. Around here, all these trees are staying. And that's a peach tree right in front of us over there. So there's two rhododendrons you can see in those bushes there. We've got some azaleas that we're putting in there. We've got some hydrangeas that we're gonna put in those beds. A couple other flowering shrubs, some ornamental grasses, and then they'll get some more perennial flowers. That's actually a magnolia tree, that kind of tall spindly tree right in the middle of the picture there. This is our house from this end. There'll eventually be a rain catchment and water system underneath that porch that'll be hidden by some boards and by the landscaping in front of it. That'll provide, again, water for livestock and such. Yeah, right in front of us, that'll be the orchard over there. and then we'd be looking right at the Muscadine Tunnel going towards the warehouse. Who knows, maybe sometime there'll be a gazebo out here somewhere. But you can see this is the retaining wall we've been working on, and it'll also have a bunch of herbs and fun plants. So this will be a real nice serene place back here. So up there will be the outdoor kitchen, and we're eventually going to build a porch that comes out here and along this wall, because that's our bedroom window right there. That's our bathroom, so we'll put a door there that comes out to a porch and go across the garage. It'd be nice to actually use this garage once we get some more gravel down here. But yeah, you can see this is the wall I've been working on. So that's the size of the property. And this is Bob Ross's current shack. This came with the property. That's Bob Ross back there. He came with the property, and he'll eventually get relocated over to a better living quarters when we get the new chicken run up over there. This is an apple tree. Thinking about getting a couple apple trees to go in the orchard. I don't think I have them in the plants just yet, but there's some Asian pears. Yeah, you can see the daffodils already coming up. It's only February 16th. But yeah, this is our place. Oh, let me walk around the front door. So, yeah, you can see there's the porch. Got to clear all this out. Do some nice landscaping, some nice flowering shrubs there. This is all gonna get closed off. Build a little privacy fence around here. This is where trash collection happens. There's the dogs again. This here's our first rabbit. This is silver fox rabbit named Claude. Hi, Claude. And he's pretty young. He'll silver out. But he'll be our first breeding buck. That's it. This is technically our back door. There's a basketball hoop down in the warehouse that came with the property that we're gonna put right here for Junior. He likes him some basketball. No, that's our property. That's it.